the best show on television is ridiculousness.
What up and welcome to Rama Screen YouTube channel, and here's my review of Netflix new documentary feature, Being Eddie. Let's rock this. Now listen, I don't know if there had ever been a documentary made in the past about Eddie Murphy. This is the first one I've ever watched, but let me tell you, this is a must-see for all my fellow Eddie Murphy fans out there. Being Eddie is an intimate portrait of one of all-time Hollywood legends. It's a celebration of life and career and everything in between. It's funny, it's nostalgic, it's feel-good, and you can't help but admire the guy even more after watching it. Plus, he's not dead, thankfully. He's still very much alive. So by the end of this biographical docu, it also feels hopeful because it reminds us that there is so much more from Eddie Murphy that is yet to come. And the best part about all this is that you get to hear it straight from the horse's mouth, or in this case, the donkey's mouth, which is a compliment, by the way. Eddie Murphy himself telling you his life story, the only way that he knows how, with laughter and playfulness. All signs point to a man who has left his resentment behind and can always find time for humor. Always. Directed by Angus Wall, in Being Eddie, it goes without saying that there is only one Eddie Murphy. No other teen comedians shared a stage with Jerry Seinfeld at 17 and joined the cast of Saturday Night Live right out of high school. No actor has ever played a cop, a doctor, and a donkey and dominated every facet of Hollywood he's ever touched. Fewer still have been an A-list celebrity for over 4 decades and never succumbed to its darker side. Murphy's unusual combination of explosive charisma, focused ambition, and raw talent puts him in a league of his own and is on full display. Featuring Dave Chappelle, Tracy Ellis Ross, Jamie Foxx, Jerry Seinfeld, and Reginald Hudlin. Man, such a smart move on this docu's part to start the whole thing by highlighting how big Eddie's mansion is. I mean, my God, that place is breathtaking. And throughout the docu, Eddie keeps mentioning the significance of that house that looks like a long-lost episode of MTV Crib. The director is a peculiar choice, if I may say so. I mean, fair is fair. He won Oscars for the category of film editing, but he doesn't really have an extensive experience in documentary filmmaking. I mean, I would have loved to hear how Angus Wall got picked for this gig. That said, the quality of the docu itself is sharp and insightful. The structure and the flow are clear. Angus knows when to focus on Eddie's career and when to pivot to his family. And the decision to kind of end it on that big SNL return is a nice touch because it gives off that vibe of a comeback kid. It really is quite the high note. Now, because of the format that's up close and personal in the comfort of Eddie's home, the docu also comes across as meditative, very self-reflective. Eddie even talks about spiritual things occasionally. This docu thoroughly examines how fame affects Eddie. He once again repeats that well-known fact that he never did cocaine at all, unlike his heroes John Belushi and Robin Williams. And so that is a testament to what he is as a person, despite all of the success and fortune. My favorite part is when Eddie brags about how he kind of paved the way for folks like Denzel, Spike Lee, and even Sam Jackson. Yeah, it's a little cocky on his part for saying that, but it's kind of true though. Those celebs did rise to stardom after Sidney Poitier, Richard Pryor, and Eddie Murphy opened the doors for them. So it's fair to categorize Eddie as a trailblazer. I just never seen a star openly proudly thumping his chest saying, "Yeah, I'm a trailblazer, motherfucker." Hey, good on you, Eddie, for owning it, and nobody can argue otherwise. If I have a minor criticism of Being Eddie, I'd say it seems to have purposely left out a lot of scandals and controversy surrounding Eddie in the past, like the trans prostitute situation, the sketchy materials in his stand-up, and the paternity dispute with Spice Girls Mel B, just to name a few examples. The only itch that Eddie Murphy is willing to scratch in this docu is that time when his ego got hurt by David Spade's joke. But other than that, Being Eddie is a pretty glossy, pretty sanitized chronicle of Eddie. I'm not saying that it's not brutally honest, but it's purposely intended or purposely designed to give self-serving and favorable views of Eddie Murphy. But does that ultimately bother me? No, it does not. I mean, maybe years from now, long after he dies, there would be a much more quintessential documentary about Eddie Murphy from an outsider perspective, from a more objective perspective. But right now, this is a controlled narrative. Understandably so, because it's Eddie himself who decides what he wants to share and not share in front of the camera. He sets the parameters and boundaries. This is his point of view and his side of the coin. And the exclusion of those scandals does not minimize the incredible 40-plus year legacy that he has cemented. So yeah, overall I give Being Eddie the rating of 4 out of 5, an absorbing, entertaining docu about a comedy virtuoso whose seismic influence gives an unparalleled generational blueprint, and thus my Eddie Murphy fandom deepens.
The best show on television is ridiculousness.